So very warm welcome to one and all. Once again, I welcome all of you in this course of your Java, and I warm welcome everyone in this particular course of Java from my side. So today we again start with the remaining part of your data type. So in the previous lecture, we will see some concept regarding to your data type, like what is the data type is, how your data type is work, and what are the different data types that we have. And with this we already see the things how we are capable to set the class path, how we can execute your first program. So in the previous lecture I also introduced a very important concept. If you not see my previous video, means data type part 2, please see it, because in that I was explained the concept of first program of Java, means what are the different steps to execute Java programs, and how we supposed to execute the programs, how we supposed to execute a program. So all these things I already explained in my in the video of data type part 2. In that video I've also explained the basic concepts regarding to the first program. Like I try to point out those concepts over here, like what is public static void main, what is the purpose of public, what is the purpose of static, what is the purpose of void, what is the purpose of main, and inside that main what is the purpose of a string args. Okay, can we change that string args or not? And then afterward I also discuss about your system.out.println. What this system.out.println is, what is the difference between your println and print. All these small point which is seem to be small, but definitely they are very important to any person who are just want, or they will want to work with Java. At least they must have basic knowledge regarding to all these points. If they have the clarity about all these points, definitely they feel comfortable in the journey of this Java. So all these things I was covered in my previous video of your data type part 2. And with this I also introduce your first data types called as byte. What is the byte is, and what is the features of byte. Like the feature of byte is your size. We also introduce about the size of byte, that is your one byte, or we can say that 8 bit. And how we will represent how many words can be represent, what's the range of the byte, means minus 128 to 127. So all these things we already discussed in my previous video. One more concept I have also introduced in my previous video, that is your what is the difference between range and size. So I take a real life example in by which I explain this concept of size and range very clearly to all of you. So it's my recommendations that before going to this lectures or this particular video, it's better to see my previous one, because it helps you to link this one also. So let's see what is the agenda for the today session. So the agenda for the today's sessions is what is the prerequisites for this particular lecture data type part 3. Then we see the remaining part or the important concept of byte data type. Then we see the short. Then we see the important concept of the short data types. Then we see the int data type, and then we see the important concept of your int data type. Clear? One thing I just want to raise over here, you can see here byte is in between the sentence. Then maybe some of you can may suppose that this b is small because it is in between your the sentence. But here thoughtfully I write s as short, because small in the small case, because every data type start with your small letters. So clear? So similarly in the case of your int also, in the int I is also small. So these are the some points that we will discuss in the today's sessions. So let's begin with the today's session. So as I already request, kindly go through my previous two videos, the part 1 and part 2. If you are comfortable with these two parts, definitely this part is much beneficial to you. If you just learn the Java first time, if you have the base some idea regarding to your Java, definitely definitely you can get that exposures that you do not face so much issues. So you can go ahead with this part, but in my suggestion or in my recommendation, just go to these two part, then come to this third one. Clear? So let's see what we have in the today's sessions. So the first important point that we have is this, that b equals to 10 and b equals to 127, whether they allowed or not. Definitely they allowed. We also see these things through some practical examples. So for the practical example, we can now switch to your notepad where we have these codes. Already we have these codes. So I just share this code with you. So just come to that particular file. So this is the first program that we was see in my yesterday lecture or in my previous lecture. So this is the code. So let's just compile this code once again. That's why you all clear recall the process. So for compiling this code, the file name is this cs306 8 data type 2028 to July 2020 Java. So let's just compile this code once again. So I just compile. For compilation, just write what? Java C and the file name. So the file name is CSE 306 data type 28 July 2020, and I just compile this. So when I compile this, it successfully compiles. See, there is no error. And when I interpret it, so I required your class file name. So what is your class file name? Just go again to your that part of your program. So if you can see here, the class name is this test, here the class name is this test. So definitely your class file is generated by this test name, because this particular class containing this method, this main method, and this is the key, and this is the main important part that we already discussed in my previous video, that the class file is generated by that class name in which your main function is resided. So this is a very very important point over here, that the class, let's say if I change this class name, let's say if I change and I make this class name is hello, and I just save it and I again compile this particular code. Let's say, okay, I just clear the screen for all of you. Again Java. Okay, just a minute for you. So I again share the window for all of you. So when I share this again and I come to this, and again if I compile c java c, and what the file name we have this file name. Again I compile, and let's see what we, yes, it's compiled successfully. Now if I see hello, yes, we get this hello dot class. See, this is the proof that we get a file whose name is hello.class, because my class name is hello. That's why the file or the dot class file is made with your is come up with your name of hello. Clear? So I just remove this dot class extension and I just compile it. See, the output is your hello. Output is your hello. So just again go to that your program or your notepad file and see some code that is required to discuss today. Clear? So let's see what are the things that we have to discuss today. So the first point that we want to discuss is this. So I hope so this point is clear to everyone. I just repeat one thing. So I make the comment. Okay, what this I do? This I'm doing the multi-line comment. If I put this particular okay, I start yeah, from here. So this backslash and your this star is indicating from here. Now all the things that are comes means up to this, all the things that are come is not compiled by your Java compiler, because it is in between from backslash to backslash. This is your multi-line comment. All the things that are appeared in between these two special characters are not compiled by your compiler, and this is your single line comments. And why we provide the comments? Because it is the proper way. It is a proper way for the documentations. It is a proper way for the documentations. Why we require the documentation? What is the documentation? Can anyone answer? Can anyone answer for it? Anyone? What is documentation? I just give a small example for that. Let's say you work in some company and you work on some project. Let's say you work on some banking projects, or your client is some bank, and you just leave the company after working for, let's say, 10 years or 5 years, as 5 years. So when you leave your company, did your that client is also is get quit from the company? No, that client is not quit from your company, but you just leave from the company. So the rest of the project is still with your previous company. So let's say some another person is carry out your projects. So with the how that person know what are the things that you are just written in that code, and what you are supposed to written in that code. So all those things are get by that new person with the help of your comments, or with the help of the documentation that you done in the project. So the documentation is very important, and we must have the habit that we must provide the proper comments in between the program. And that's why when someone is just read our program, can capable to understand the purpose of the lines that we written inside the code. Because with the help of that comments, we can easily explain our thought for anyone, we can easily explain our thoughts for anyone. Clear? So let's begin the today's task. So let's the first task that we have. We have this class test. Okay, I do one thing, I again use this class test, I uncomment this particular class. Okay, the first one, b equals to 10, b equals to 10. Is it allowed or not? I take one variable b. B is a variable of type byte, and I assign one value for it, that is 10. Let's see, is get printed or not. So again I go for my command prompt. I again go for my command prompt, and I again compile this file. So the file name is java c, and I just compile it again. It perfectly get compiled. And let's say I again search for my test, because this time my class name is test. So I again compile this. See, the output is 10. See, the output is 10. So definitely this particular type is allowed. This particular 10 is allowed inside that. Let's say 127. What is the range? 1 minus 128 to 127. So I reach to the rightmost range. I just reach to the rightmost range. Whether this particular thing is allowed by this, whether this particular thing is allowed by our respective compiler. So let's see, again I compile our file. See, I again and again compile my file, because when I make some change, it must be reflected in my bytecode. How could it reflected in my code? Bytecode, because if we don't compile our file, I just refer to my older bytecode, means older class file. So better to compile the code every time when you supposed to do any change. Clear? So I just compile my code, and again I compile this. See, 127 is get reflected very clearly. Again I go for some changes over there. So let's say again I go, and this time I make 128. Is it valid over here? Is it valid over here? No, it's not valid, because the range is only up to your 127. So it creates some problem. Let's see what the problem it's created. Let's check over here again. So 128, I make 128 over here. So okay, before that I just want to save my file. So for just save my file, I again go here, control s, I just press. See, I just working with my notepad, I'm not using any id. Okay, this point I already told why I'm not using id. I'm not explaining that point once again, because it takes some much more time. But I just want to reconnect all of you that I'm just using this notepad, I'm not using any id. I'm just using this notepad, and I just save my file by this .java extension. Clear? So let's say I again reach to my command prompt. So I reach to my command prompt, again I compile my file. Again I compile my file, and yes, it gives me the error. This is a very important point that I just want to raise over here. The error is possible loss of precisions. Byte b is equals to 128. It required byte, and it found int. What it means? It says that at this place of 128, we required something which is inside the range of byte. What is the range of byte? The range of byte is from minus 128 to 127, and we give something that is out of the range, that is out of the range of that particular data type. So compiler suggests us that kindly provide provide byte And in place of byte, what the compiler is just indicating this 128, it's supposed to be an integer value. Why it is supposed to be an integer value? Because it's a behavior of our Java compiler that by default, or every non-integral, sorry, every integral value means which does not contain any decimal, every those integer value which does not contain integer, and it must be inside the range of your integer, then it's supposed to be int data type, then it's supposed to be of type int, then it is supposed to be of type int. So what this line is supposed to explain us, that possible loss of precisions means here the Java is supposed that it must get something which is under the range of byte, but in place of that, what we provided just like int value over here, just int value over here. So this is the first point that I just want to raise over here. What the next thing that I just want to make, because we just try to explain some errors, the errors that we have in the errors that we can face or that we will face in our programming. So this is the first error that we will face. Let's say here 128 in place of 128, let's say I take 100.5. Definitely it is inside the range, because the range of your byte is 127, and definitely I take inside the range means from minus 128 1 to 127. So I take the number as 100.5. I just press control S over here, I just press control S over here, and again I reach to my command prompt, and I compile my file. Okay, before compilation I clear my screen. So for clearing we just write cls. I again compile my file, so compile my file, and after compilation, let's see, yes, we get some error. And that next error is again the error, compile time error is same, because we get the same type, possible loss of precisions. And now this time is important. See, the Java compiler suppose that definitely, because b is of type byte, so it suppose that from the user side or from our side we must pass some byte value or some value which is inside the range of the byte range. Clear? But in place of that things, we just provide 100.5, and that 100.5 is nothing but it is your decimal values, and it found to be the double over here. Clear? So compiler say that I just means, if I'm a compiler, so I just say one thing for you. Okay, I just want to byte a number which is inside your byte range. Here it means that definitely it is in the byte range, but it is not type of your byte. Byte is required the value in non-decimal form, in the non-decimal form. It is not supposed to take the input in the form of your decimal. So I hope so this point is also clear to all of you. Let's see what's the next thing that we have. Next, what is the next thing? uh, so we clear with this point. This is clear to everyone, I hope so. This clear everyone, this one is clear, this one is clear, and in place of 20.2 I use your 100.5. Okay, next I try to use, in place of this I try to, let's say, false or true, anything, any boolean value actually we try. I just press control S, and again I reach to my command prompt. I reach to my command prompt, and again I compile my file. Let's see what we get. Okay, this is a very another important type. See, in previous the compile time error is possible loss of precision. This time also we have the compile time error, but this time the type of error is get changed. Now it is incompatible type. Incompatible type means the this particular variable b is of type variable byte. B is a variable of type byte, and this is not compatible to store this type of value. It definitely be required something of form byte, and we, in place of that, we provided something which is of type boolean, so it is not supposed to be accepted by this p. Clear? So here the error is incompatible type. Compile time error is incompatible type. Before this we have the possible loss of precision. So please be friendly with these errors, because these errors are very much helpful for you at the time of your coding. And it's my suggestions that try to face as much as error you have, and try to resolve those errors, because by just resolving those error we definitely becomes much and much clear in in our concepts, because the handling the errors is only the way, because handling the error is only the way to learn any programming. uh, just by seeing something, by seeing the code, or just by executing some code that is already exists, we can't becomes a good programmer. For a good programmer, our thinking, logical thinkings, and our error debugging must be improved, because without error debugging, without error handling, we can't work very efficiently with the programming, and it is not supposed to be work with the your error your programming here. So now here, in place of false, last thing that is remaining is something, some string. So let's try to put some string over here. Let's say hello everyone. Hello everyone. Okay, hello everyone. So I just save this, and again I reach to my command prompt. So again I reach my command prompt. So again I go to my command prompt, and inside my command prompt again I compile it. And what we get, yes, we get something. Okay, uh, here the error is unclosed character. Okay, this is something which we not supposed to have. I do some mistake over here. I just come again. Okay, I do one thing. I reduce this line from here. I do this. Okay, I put inside my double quotes over here, not the single quotes. Not, maybe this is not the correct reason over here. I again recompile my code. Let's see the error that I just want. Before that, I just clear my screen. I again compile my code once again. See, yes, this error I just required, incompatible type. So you just remember, two times we find this incompatible type. Once at the time of when we provide the boolean value, second when we provide the string value. Clear? So the same things, we supposed to provide the string to the b, but actually b is accepting something thing that is under your byte range. So these are the some error that we face if we do not provide the appropriate value for the byte variable. Similarly, we experiment the same things with other data type also. We provide some different type of values to our data type variables, and just observe the behavior of that of those variable with the compilers. So let's continue with our this journey, and let's go to our so I hope so I clear with these things. So what I supposed to I supposed to explain to you, when we provide b equals to 10 and b equals to 127, your b is very much happy and easily display the output. But when we provide this b equals to 128, it simply give us the error, possible loss of precision. In this case also, we find the possible loss of precision in these two type, incompatible type. So we get the error in we get the error at first. We get the error over here. Second, we get the error over here. These two are just possible loss of precision, and this is in this we got, and in this particular b equals to false and b equals to hello, we get the error of incompatible type. So I hope so I clear with all these points. So let's go with your next things. So what we have, the next that we have, let's again reach to our slides. So these are the things that we are already done. These are the this already we are discussed, this already we are discussed. Next, what we are discussing, we just discuss about this. We already discussed that we got the compile time error, possible loss of precision, possible loss of precisions here. Next, in this case, when we try to put some boolean value, then we get incompatible type. And when we try to provide your string inside your b, then we also get the incompatible type. So this is all about the byte data types. Let's start with your short. So in the short is, it is a primitive data type. It is a primitive data type. Actually, this is not 2 minus, it is from minus 2 to the power 15. Range is minus 2 to the power 15 to 2 to the power 15 minus 1, that is minus 32768 to 32767. The default value is 0 and the size is 2 bytes. So if we talk about the short, this is another important primitive data type. It is a primitive data type, and definitely the range is your minus 32768 to 32767, and in terms of 2 it is 2 to the power 15 to 2 to the power 15 minus 1. Clear? The default value of short is 0 and the size is 2 bytes. Size is 2 bytes, or we can say that your 16 bit. So in terms of byte we have the 2 byte short, and in terms of your bit we have, in term of bit we have your 16 bit. Clear? So this is all about this, the introduction regarding to the short. Let's begin with some important points. So same things that we are just discussing over there. So let's better to go with our direct program. So betterly we just directly go, better to go with your code. So this is the code that we just want to discuss with all of you. So let's begin with this code. So in this code, okay, before this, I just want to comment something, because if I'm not commenting it, it may, okay, it is already commented. So this is the code. Today we have test one. Okay, test one. Okay, I do one thing. Test one is my class, and here I just started with some codes. Clear? So these are the things that we try. First, we try b equals to 10. B is what? B is a variable of type short. How we can read this? B is a variable of type short. Okay, I just okay, one thing I just want to clear all of you. So this is the code that I supposed to execute. This particular part is not get executed because we have commented it, we are by this particular multi-line comment, and this bottom line, this is also not get executed because we commented it. Clear? So the only part that is get executed is this. Okay, I do one thing that it does not create any confusion. I just press the enter over here. So this is the particular code that I supposed to execute and explain in front of you. Clear? So just start with this. So class test one, class test one. Here the name of the class is test one. Here the name of my class is test one. And next one is public static void main. We already discussed about all this. What is public, what is static, what is main. We already discussed things. Next is b. B is a variable of type short. B is a variable of type short. Here we assign some things, like I just remove this because one by one we take the values. This is system.out.println. This is for just printing the output. This is just printing the output, and we have try to suppose to print the b over here. Clear? So let's begin with the first one. Let's we take b equals to 10. We save this code, and we again reach to our command prompt. So we just reach to our command prompt, and this time my file name is something different, Java C, and this time the file name is, this is my file name, and I compile my this file. It successfully get compiled. Let's compile my test one, because this time the class file is, class name is test one, so that's a test one. C10 is get printed. Let's see the second one. What the second one that we have? For the second one we have, let's again go to my code. So let's say we have 32767. So we provide this 32767. Is it inside the range? Yes, definitely it is inside the range. Do the control S, means we assign the value for B is 32767, and it is inside the range of your short. So again I go for my command prompt. Let's see what is the output that we have. What is the output that we have? So again I compile my code. Again I compile, successfully get compiled. Again I execute my code. Definitely we get 32767. Here we get 10. Here we get 32767. Again I again go for my code. So again when I go for my code, again I change some values. This time please be careful in these four values. This time I provide 32768. On the right hand side, it is not allowed. 32768 is not allowed. It is out of the range. So let's see what is the effect. Okay, before going to there, I just do the control S, and then I go for my command prompt. So I again go for my command prompt there. I again recompile my file. Again recompile my file. See the error. Error is possible loss of precisions. What it suppose required short means it is out of the range of short, and we provide something of type integer. We are provide something of type integer. So this is the first error that we face. We are just, when we come out the range of your short, it gives the error that we definitely we supposed to have this error. So we get this error. So this is the first error. Again we change some values to our short variable. So again I go for that particular file. So again I do some changes, like here I do the change like 20.2. So I use 20.2. So control S, and I just again go my command prompt. So again I go for my command prompt, and again I compile my file. See again what we are getting what we are getting your possible loss of precision. Again we also possible loss of precision. Here we have int, because 3276 side. Here we have given something which is in the terms of your decimal, so we get the double. What the compiler suggests to us, that I suppose to that from your side we get something that is inside the range of short, but you provide us the double. So it is not acceptable. It is not acceptable. So possible loss of precision. Clear? See the next thing that we have. The next thing that we have is again I go for my code. So again I go for my code. So in place of that I provide some boolean value. So let's say this time I provide true, not the false. We provide true. Clear? So when we provide the true over here, I again recompile my code. So save over there, recompile the code. See, incompatible type. Incompatible type means it is not allowed to get to store the boolean value. It is only allowed to store the short value. It is only allowed to store the short value. So this is the error that we get from here. Clear? So this is the error that we get from here, and definitely we provide the boolean value. So it says that Java C says that I found boolean, but I required short. I found boolean because true is boolean, and it required what? Short, because B is the of type short. Clear everyone? So the last thing that we just try to over here, the last is your we just provide some string. So okay, I do make behave like your string. I make it as a string, and again I compile my code. Once again. So I again write this. See, the error is again that we are supposed incompatible type. This is compile time error. Incompatible type found what? String, and it required what? Short. So definitely these lines that above two is giving the possible loss of precision, and these last two lines are giving us incompatible type. So this is for the main property of your short. So we are completed with this data type. So these two lines give the perfect output, b equals to 10 and 3276 allowed. But these two lines are providing the error. And what is the type of error? Possible loss of precision. And these two lines again give us the error. And what these two lines gives the error? These two lines gives the incompatible type. So this is all for the short. And in the tomorrow session what we supposed to see to. So in the tomorrow session we will see, again I reach to my ppts. So this is what possible loss of precision. This is what compiled incompatible type. And in the coming session we see the in data type. So in the coming session, in the tomorrow session, we introduce this particular data type. So in the today session, we are completed with your byte, we completed with your short. If you have any doubt, any point that you want to discuss or that you are not clear, so you can just message to me. You can drop a mail to me, and these are the places that I just take some references. And if you have any issue, you can just message me. I hope so you enjoy this video, and thank you for listening me with a great patience. Thank you everyone. Thank you very much.